It didn't begin with fear. It began with comfort. A sound so soft, so distant, you almost ignored it. Almost. People described it differently at first. Some said it was like wind through hollow walls. Others said it felt like someone hung right behind them. But no one ever saw anyone there. And that was the first sign something was wrong. Because sound doesn't exist without a source. And this had none. The first viral clip surfaced at 1:42 a.m. A man sitting in complete darkness, camera shaking slightly, breathing uneven. "I can hear them," he whispered. Silence. Then, a faint harmony, layered voices, not human, not mechanical, something in between. "I think they're singing to me." The video ended abruptly. No explanation, no follow-up. But something strange happened in the comments. People didn't question it. They recognized it. "I hear it too. Same time every night. It gets closer when I close my eyes." That last comment, that was the one that stayed with me. Because that night, I tested it. 2:13 a.m. Lights off, eyes closed. At first, nothing. Just my own breathing, my heartbeat. Then, there it was. So faint it almost wasn't real. A single note, sustained. Impossible. Because no human lung could hold a tone that steady. Then another voice joined. Then another. Layer upon layer. Building something. Structured. Beautiful. Wrong. I opened my eyes, and it stopped instantly. Like something was watching me, waiting for me to surrender. I didn't sleep that night. Not because I was afraid, because I was curious. Because deep down, it didn't feel like danger. It felt like recognition. The next day, the world tried to rationalize it. News anchors smiled nervously. Mass auditory illusion. Shared psychological response. Nothing to worry about. But their voices felt forced. Because behind their words, you could hear it. Faint, bleeding through the broadcast. The choir, even through the screen, even through layers of signal. That's when panic should have started, but it didn't. Because panic requires fear, and this didn't create fear. It replaced it. People stopped arguing online, stopped posting, stopped reacting. Like something inside them had shifted. Like nothing mattered anymore, except the sound, except the song. Then came the first confirmed case. A woman in her apartment, live streaming, smiling, calm. "I've been listening all night," she said softly. "They're so gentle." Comments flooded in. "Turn it off! Get out! Call someone!" She shook her head slowly. "You don't understand." Then she closed her eyes and started singing. Perfect pitch, perfect harmony, even though there was no music playing. Her voice layered with something unseen, something impossible. And then, her heart monitor in the background, flatlined. But she didn't fall. She didn't collapse. She just stopped. Still smiling, still singing, until the stream cut. That was the moment everything changed. Because death doesn't look like peace. Not like that. Not like surrender. This wasn't death. This was something else. Something worse. Or maybe something better. That night, the choir returned. Stronger, closer, not distant anymore, not soft. It filled the room, not as sound, but as pressure. Like being underwater, like something wrapping around your mind. Sleep. The word wasn't spoken, it was felt. And for the first time, I almost obeyed. My body relaxed, muscles loosening, thoughts dissolving. I dropped to my knees, not forced, guided, like I had done this before, like I had always known this moment would come. And then, a memory hit me. Not mine, something older. Endless darkness, filled with light that wasn't light. Entities, not seen, but heard. Communication through vibration, through resonance, through song. I snapped out of it, gasping, terrified, because it didn't feel foreign. It felt like I was remembering something I had forgotten, something I wasn't supposed to remember. Outside, the city had gone quiet. Too quiet. No cars, no voices, no life. Just the faint echo of the choir, coming from everywhere and nowhere. I stepped outside and saw them. People, standing still, on sidewalks, on rooftops, in the streets, eyes closed, faces calm, all breathing in sync with the song. One of them turned toward me, a woman, tears running down her face. Not sadness, something deeper, relief. "You hear it too," she whispered. I shook my head. "I'm fighting it." She smiled softly. "Why would you fight something that loves you?" That sentence, it broke something inside me. Because the choir didn't feel hostile. It didn't feel invasive. It felt caring. And that made it more dangerous than anything I had ever known. Because you can fight fear. You can resist pain. But how do you resist comfort? Days blurred together. Time stopped making sense. Because sleep didn't matter anymore. The choir was constant now. Even in silence, it was there, waiting, watching, growing. Scientists released data, brain scans, wave patterns. Something terrifying emerged. The human brain was changing, restructuring, adapting to the frequency, not being destroyed, being upgraded, like it was unlocking a hidden mode, a dormant state. And those who fully synchronized didn't die. They transitioned. Their bodies stopped, but their neural activity spiked beyond measurable limits, as if they had gone somewhere else, somewhere we couldn't track. That's when the final theory emerged. We weren't being attacked. We were being retrieved. Humanity wasn't native to Earth. We were placed here a long time ago, disconnected from the source. And now, the signal had returned to bring us back. The choir wasn't new. It was ancient. Older than language, older than memory, older than humanity itself. And it had finally found us again. That night, I stopped resisting. Not fully, but enough. Enough to listen. Enough to understand. Come back. The message was clearer now, more direct, more personal. You were never alone. Tears fell down my face because something inside me knew it was true. All the fear, all the isolation, all the emptiness humans carried, it wasn't natural. It was separation. From this, from them, from whatever we used to be. The choir swelled, bigger, warmer, infinite. And for the first time, I answered. Where are you? Silence. Then, everything changed. The room disappeared. The world dissolved. And I saw it. Not with my eyes, with something deeper. A vast ocean, not of water, but of sound. Endless waves of harmony. Entities moving like currents, communicating through resonance. A civilization made entirely of vibration. No bodies, no death, no separation. Just unity. And I understood. We weren't individuals. We were fragments, pieces of something whole, sent away for reasons we no longer remembered. And now we were being called back, one by one, voice by voice, until the whole was complete again. I came back to my body, barely, shaking, crying, laughing, because I know the truth now. And once you know, you can't unknow it. The world outside was almost empty now. Cities silent, lights flickering. No resistance left, no fear, just acceptance. The choir reached its peak, the final movement, the last call. And I knew this was it, the end. Or maybe the beginning. My heart slowed. My breathing matched the rhythm. My thoughts aligned. And as the last piece of me let go, I realized something terrifying, something beautiful, something irreversible. This wasn't the end of humanity. This was the end of being human. Because we were never meant to stay this way. We were meant to return, to become sound again. The choir embraced me, not as something separate, but as something returning. And as my body went still, as my mind expanded beyond limits, I heard the final note. Perfect, eternal, complete. And in that moment, humanity didn't disappear, it remembered. And somewhere, beyond time, beyond space, beyond everything we ever understood, the choir continued. Stronger now, whole again, but not complete, not yet, because one voice still hasn't joined, and the song is still calling. And if you listen closely, right now, you can hear it. Soft, patient, waiting.